Hello, this is the group of Kayvon Ghaffari, Jason Moore, and Tran, here to present our CSE 91 project, Automatic Detection Buoys. My name is Jason Moore, and I'll first present to you the problem we are addressing.
There are many threats to ocean life in today's world, like pollution and global climate change. To know which species are most in danger, we would like to get data about their populations, but this is a difficult task. Our goal is to specify an automatic system that can recognize and count sharks, which could eventually be extended to other species. I'll now pass it over to Uy to talk about previous work in this area.
There have actually been many organizations who have used buoys for surveillance. An example of an organization would be the NOAA, which uses its buoys to monitor carbon dioxide and oxygen levels in the ocean and the atmosphere. They're currently using their buoys to monitor those levels in Hawaii. In this picture here, you can see what their buoy actually looks like. Besides the carbon dioxide and oxygen levels, they are also using the buoy to monitor water quality issues. By having the buoys continuously stay in the water, they are able to find much more information about the surrounding water. Our buoy will be taking colored pictures of the environment so that it will make it easier to distinguish between what is a shark and what is not, and also classify the different types of sharks. We will be using the framework of pre-existing buoy experiments, like NOAA's experiment, as our framework for our buoy. Because the buoy has to carry not only a GPS system but also a small computer, the size of the buoy has to be fairly large. However, we estimate that it won't be that much larger than that of a normal buoy. And finally, for our power source, we will be attaching solar panels and a battery to the buoy so that it could essentially run indefinitely without the need for human maintenance.
One of the many challenges involved in creating a successful buoy is perfecting its transmission of information from the ocean to land. More importantly, it is vital that the data is transmitted in a timely fashion while still maintaining the quality of the images. More functionality on a single buoy means each buoy would be more complex and expensive, so an appropriate medium must be found. This ultimately requires a sophisticated transmission device that would be attached to the buoy, enabling the central database on land to acquire and analyze the transmitted data images. The relationship between the speed of transferring the data images and quality of the images is give and take. Since we would be taking color images of the surrounding areas, the file size of the images would be even larger. Once again, color images would be necessary to classify the different ocean species correctly. The problem that arises is the amount of pre-processing that the buoy itself would perform on the images it captures before transmitting the data to the main database on land. A possible solution would be for the buoy to transmit the entire image with its wireless transmission device. Although this would reduce the computational needs of the buoy, it would undoubtedly increase the size of the file to be transmitted. On the other hand, the buoy could perform all of the classification and counting on board and only transmit the important data. This would allow for a dramatically reduced file size, but would in turn dramatically increase the computational needs for the buoy.
The images we take will be large files, and we'd like to compress them to make transmission and classification easier. The method we propose using is PCA, Principal Components Analysis. A full explanation will take too long, so here's a simple example. The left figure shows some data in standard coordinates. Note that each point requires two numbers to represent. However, if we rotate the coordinate axes to be aligned with the vector 1, 1, then we can represent each point with just one number, effectively having the necessary space to store a point. We can later re-expand the data to its original form. If we think of the images as points in very high-dimensional space, where each pixel is one dimension, we can see the potential benefits of re-representing them this way, and the transformation is not too computationally intensive. To perform the actual classification, we will use the AdaBoost method, training the system on many images of sharks. The method basically trains many small classifiers to identify small features of the image, like an eye, a fin, etc. We then take the best features and treat them as inputs to a higher level classifier. This method has been shown to work extremely well for face recognition, and we hope it will work for shark recognition as well.